Next Best Hoops is a website that is designed to address the issues that plague adult basketball leagues. I was raised in Atlanta, Georgia. I've lived in New Orleans, Chicago, Los Angeles, Nashville, Tennessee, Long Beach, California, and now the Twin Cities. And in every city that I've been in, I find myself at a basketball gym looking for a game. And I would ask the young men with me, I would say, hey fellas, do you all know where a league is? And for those of you who don't know what a basketball league is different from pickup basketball. Basketball league is played on the official court surface. You have a game clock that's keeping score, that's keeping time. And a key component to basketball leagues are officials. And I would always get the same answer from the guys, one of several answers. And the first answer I would get, they would say, no, but if you find one, let me know. Another answer I would get, they say, yes, I do. And I said, well, do you play in it? They'll say, no. I said, well, why not? They would say, well, it's kind of pricey. Or the location just doesn't fit my schedule. It's oftentimes difficult to organize the teams. So Next Best Hoops was designed to address all of these issues. There are 3 user types for Next Best Hoops, and I'm going to describe them using the metaphor of hotels on hotels.com, which we're all kind of familiar with. On hotels.com, hotels are able to put their availability, their cost for the rental, their amenities, and sell themselves to prospective vacationers. Next Best Hoops does this for basketball gyms and for players in lieu of vacationers. So a basketball gym is able to put primarily their cost, availability, location, and other amenities that might attract people and teams that are looking for places to play league games. Next Best Hoops then organizes those teams, the facility, and the referees as the service that we provide. I'm going to tell you about the 3 largest competitors, and then we'll open it up for any type of feedback or questions. The first competitor is the largest, which is Lifetime Fitness. We're all very familiar with Lifetime Fitness. It is a Twin Cities business here. And they have a very large following here. They have a very, very, very nice product that they put out. They have top-of-the-line gyms, and they have a huge following. And to play at Lifetime Fitness, you pay, and you pay a lot of money. Okay, they have their monthly fee that you just pay flat every month, and then to play in their leagues, you have to pay that monthly fee again for every season that you play in. And it gets expensive very, very fast. The second type of competitor, which is found throughout the country, in all of the cities that I've been to, there's this version of it. Here it's called CSC Sports, and they have all of the issues that I've listed. They're often confined to 1 or 2 gyms. They are oftentimes do not regulate their referees, and they often have very mismatched competition because they aren't able to put a rating scale next to the teams. So you join, and let's just say you and your team is really, really good. Well, you might end up playing against a team that's not that good. There's no way for that organization to know how that is, the ratings for each team. And Next Best Hoops has a solution for that. And then the third type of competitor that is out there is local suburban leagues. When I first moved here, I started calling around to the St. Louis parks. I live in Minneapolis, and to the different cities, and they require you to have ID for their city in order to join. It's typically very small and very closed off. And people who do play on those leagues or in CSC leagues, they pay to play in multiple leagues because they enjoy playing more than once a week, or they might not want to be pinned down to one day a week, which would be typically a Sunday or like a Thursday evening. So, with that said, this is a short introduction to Next Best Hoops. I would like to open the floor to any questions or comments or feedback to learn more or for me to learn more. Thank you. Sir in the back.
Can you explain how you're better than the CSC sports? I personally do CSC sports all the time.
Okay.
I know exactly what you're talking about, the different levels of
Competition.
competition.
Mhm.
But what does Next Best Hoops bring that kind of is the equilibrium to bring competition, make it a competitive game each and every time?
Yes. So, I grew up playing chess. In chess, they have what they call an international rating system. And so that means with each win or loss that you play, your rating goes up or down depending on the level of competition in which you played. I can take my rating if I'm a 1600 and I can go anywhere in the world, and let's just say I'm in Paris, France, and I see some guys playing chess, and I can ask them what their rating is. They will give me their number, I would give them their number, and I can expect the level of competition. So if they say they're 1000, then I know what they are. If they say they're 2000, I know where they fall. Next Best Hoops employs the same rating system to each team. So in the beginning, you choose whether or not you want to be rated high, medium, or low, which is a very low, a short range. And then with each game that you play, your rating will move up or down depending on the level of competition in which the rating of the competition that you played. So immediately, with each game, your rating becomes more and more increasingly accurate. By the third game, it has you pinned down. You are what you are as far as your score. So that addresses the mismatch competition. Does that answer your question a little bit?
A little bit.
A little bit?
But you can't set a full schedule then, right? You can't at the beginning say, here's your full schedule for the season. You have to say, wait till the third week and then we'll decide if you're going to play going forward. That's what I heard.
Yes. So what we do is that when you're putting out challenges, okay, and you are able to schedule out. So as my rating changes, on the challenges in the weeks to come, the persons who are looking to compete against you, they will be aware of what your rating is, as well as if you've identified your rating and you see challenges from other teams that have already been placed out front, then you will be able to match your rating to the challenges that are out already on different schedules. Yes, sir.
I'm pretty involved with basketball as an official, but and organizing. Facilities are at a very
Yes.
hard to find. How are you going to
Yes.
find facilities?
The facilities that I've spoken about, okay, that I've spoken to, they've all been very, very open and happy to hear about myself and what it is. And you're absolutely right. Space is a premium, particularly this time of year. And so, but what they do have is they do have some dead time. And that dead time would be available to the users of Next Best Hoops. And the idea of it is transferring to, you know, similar to the hotels did with Hotels.com, but allowing users to directly connect and directly book their facility. Is more, it happens a little bit faster.
So you're not actually doing the scheduling, you're facilitating two teams scheduling with each other?
Correct, correct. So the teams are viewing the availability and the time slots that are open on the gym, and then they agree to play, and then the time is booked.
Airbnb for
Yes, 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 sir, yes, sir. Question on the, yes.
Two questions. First, where are you in development of the software, and are you live today? And then second, what's the revenue model? So are you generating revenue from users or from gyms or from both?
Yes. So currently, I am I'm struggling with my programmer now, and he and I we're working together to try to get it live. Hopefully by the end of this month is the goal. Revenue generation comes from the users. So the initial so what I'm doing is having teams meet and then placing them into the gyms and placing a referee with them. And it is, I'm paying the gym and the referees, making the bookings and the referees. And so my percentage comes off of the money paid by each user.
Well, in your application, you talked about a January tournament.
Yes.
So on the timeline to meet that goal, or
Fingers are crossed on it.
what does that look like, and what's needs to be done in order to make that happen?
What needs to be done to make that happen? The website, the programming. He is struggling with creating the program that allows each individual player to pay their portion and to have it booked on the gym.
So other than the website needing to be up, you also have to have a bunch of people that want to participate, right? So are you
Yes.
doing, is there a marketing, have you implemented a marketing?
Yes,
plan
yes, yes. So as far as marketing, there is, like the gentleman here talked about, there's a lot of games going on now. So what I have done is I have collected social media, the direct social media for well over 200 players in the Twin Cities area, which is over 200 teams that have played at some point in time throughout. I have connected, I have the addresses, phone numbers, and email addresses for just about 1,000 referees, and have spoken with several gyms. And my initial goal is just to keep it small, to do proof of concept, not just like to have this huge explosion of gyms, and to be able to offer really, really nice, the higher quality gyms. Does that answer your question? Yes.
Let me apologize, I was a door monitor, so I didn't hear the beginning of your presentation. Let me suggest that when you have that up on the screen, we also see your name, your contact information, and your URL.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much for that information. Yes.
Again, as a referee myself, I know that there's not enough of us.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you going to get your referees? And another comment to make to you, because it's so competitive for referees, doing one game isn't going to compete with the opportunity to do 3 games.
Right.
It's hardly worth a referee doing that.
Right.
To go there and come back.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How will you address This
Oh.
is the issue of human resource.
Correct. So my pay scale is at the top end that the competitors are paying right now, and the gym blocks, there will be a block of time, and the idea is that there will be multiple games being played during that block of time. So referee isn't just coming out just for one, and also that because the idea of it being scaled very largely, I would be able to pay at a higher rate than the competitors are paying right now. So then they will have multiple blocks and a higher rate. Yes, sir.
I'm guessing 18 to 40, the age group?
Yes, adults.
Okay. Can you self-select, like if there was overweight guys in their 60s that wanted to get together to get a game going or something like that? Will you have any self-selection like that?
I've definitely thought the idea, over 40 teams and over 60 teams. Right now, in the initial launch, all of that will be kind of shaken out through the rating system. In the initial, so you would sign up at a lower rating. Your initial rating would just be lower, and then as you play, if you lose, then you just continue to drop, and then you would find competition in that area. Perhaps maybe in the future, but it definitely has come across my mind to think about age groups as well, particularly for the older gentlemen. Yes, sir.
Sorry, the questions keep coming up because of my experience in this. The adult leagues are very difficult for referees, the most challenging of all the programs, because of the lack of discipline among the people. How will you keep it, shall we say, the right attitude
Right.
among players that are playing against each other? They compete hard.
It can be very, very hard. It can be very hard.
And they don't see things the same way as the referees see things quite often. How will you manage that?
So, at the end of each game, there is, in order for the referee to get paid, they are to fill out a very simple questionnaire on the teams that they just reffed, and that is a sportsmanship rating scale. And so they will rate the sportsmanship quality of the scale, and to give each team a sportsmanship scale. Also, gyms and the referees have all say so. So if someone have to be asked to leave for that, Next Best Hoops will have very short leash concerning if you can sign back up again. We just won't. We have Next Best Hoops. We have zero tolerance for it. There's the sportsmanship rating, and what we're going to do is we're going to reward higher sportsmanship ratings through. Lee brought up the tournament, and so at the end of the tournament, one of the awards given will be for higher sportsmanship rating.
We've done a really good job of asking good questions. Does maybe one or two of you have some suggestions or direct feedback for Dwight of things he should consider doing next or maybe impactful for the business?
Mr. Gentleman.
You mentioned you played a lot of pickup games around the area. Were you familiar with nofouls.com? No
Yes.
Fouls? Okay.
Yes.
I was going to say I would recommend doing a case study on that because I don't think they're around anymore, but I know 10, 15 years ago that was a platform similar to yours, except more based on the pickup model at a basketball court that's an outdoor arena at a local park as opposed to an actual gymnasium that's being officiated.
Yeah, I think I have. I think I'm familiar with them. Yes, sir.
I don't know if you've ever studied the tennis community, but your idea for the rating system and leagues where players create their own schedules essentially has been going on for years there. They don't need the officials,
Correct.
but you might study how tennis has created this same type of environment that you're trying to create, which I think is a good idea.
Okay, thank you.
Unless you had time to.
Have you looked at CSC soccer leagues?
No, I've only done their basketball
Okay,
leagues.
I highly recommend looking. I don't know if that's how you're familiar with CSC.
Softball.
Softball, okay. I'm with, I play soccer with them,
Mhm.
and they have a great, by the way, for the 60s, it's over 30. So I get to play with But they have a really good model. They have a great way of having referees. They use teams all over the U of M, down to Holy Angels, all over the Twin Cities. A lot of college, and they're phenomenal to deal with. I mean, I've been dealing with them for many years.
Awesome. The soccer team. Yes.
There's something that is coming up today that's huge weight, but I think to many others that is happening at the Welder Foundation down the block. It's something that might be really key for most of us, and that's a return on investment analysis. And at the same time, that's new today. That's down the block over at the Welder Foundation and the free parking, of course. But I think it's really going to be germane to many of us as well. Return on investment, ROI. So Dwight, with regard to your efforts,
That sounds.
fantastic, good insight.
Thank you.
And this, I think, many fans will be very, very interested. I'm going to be there myself.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Any other last thoughts for Dwight? Otherwise, the last question we always ask is, after this conversation, what can this community do to help you?
Ooh. Okay, this community. That's a wonderful question. I would like to build a network like this gentleman here. He seems to be very, very insightful, and I'm sure that there are others who have a lot of good information. But to build a network and to meet people who have ideas, challenges for me to think about, and hurdles, so that way I can grow and as a young entrepreneur.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.